What once arrived amid a whirlwind of fanfare and sky-high expectations has slowly transformed into a harsh reality check for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Just a few years after abandoning royal duties for a new life in sunny California, the power couple is finding themselves increasingly isolated in the unforgiving world of entertainment elites. As dreams of lucrative business ventures and embraces from Hollywood's most venerated icons dissipate, insiders describe an air of bewilderment and struggles with relevance plaguing the Duke and Duchess. When they first touched down with all their lofty ideas about conquering the industry, you couldn't attend a single power brunch without overhearing breathless chatter about Meghan and Harry's visions for docuseries, podcasts, production companies, you name it, detailed a veteran publicist with numerous connections across the film, television and streaming realms. But that buzzy fascination with their brand seems to have both rapidly peaked and unceremoniously stagnated, at least among tastemakers charting what's hot versus hogwash. Indeed, for an internationally famous pair who suddenly found themselves without duties, access, or responsibilities linked to the pedigree that defined them for so long, establishing relevance proved challenging from day one. More so than any geographic limitations, the adaptive struggle resided in maintaining gravitas within a social scene fueled by a perpetually evolving churn of ingenues and buzzy new archetypes. According to those tracking the couple's reputation shifts, what was once seen as effortlessly chic progressively curdled into antiquated, scrutinized clout chasing. There's no denying both Harry and Meghan carry a certain residual appeal and rarefied mystique within the senior circuits of old Hollywood aristocracy still vaguely fetishizing ancestral pedigree, acknowledged film historian Jordan Wright. I mean, who wasn't tantalized on some level by the narrative of these two iconoclasts essentially self-exiling from the crumbling Downton Abbey construct to establish a new power node over here in radiant La La Land? It carried undeniable fantasy baked into that very premise. Unfortunately, the couple's seemingly golden parachute opening could only thrust them so far into the city of angels before their perceived assets began diminishing against more distinguishable cultural currency. Without possessing elite-level success and accomplishments traditionally associated with professional entertainers or industry titans, observers suggest Harry and Meghan faced an uphill battle transitioning from curiosities into coveted VIP attractions for those occupying Hollywood's highest strata of privilege and influence. While their stature admittedly packed initial sizzle for courtly society ladies binging on Netflix's The Crown, once you get into the nitty-gritties of Malibu commissary conversations and soft soiree calculations, these two sort of hit a wall regarding what actual heavy-hitter bourgeois status symbols they represent in the grand scheme, asserted Cassandra Wakefield, former managing editor for Vanity Fair's West Coast bureau. No major artistic achievements, no storied dynastic legacies, no astronomical entrepreneurial prowess worth fading on par with groundbreaking captains of industry, essentially no credible cultural equities outside simplistic bank-shot proximity to imperial splendor most modern consumers couldn't care less about. With the unsustainable allure generated by newfound celebrity independence quickly wearing off, the grueling process of legitimately earning respect from Hollywood's elite power players as working talents versus celebrated novelties began extinguishing buzz. Despite attempts at establishing themselves as bona fide creative forces across digital media and bespoke productions largely perceived as palpability tours, the Duchess and Duke struggled to generate enthusiasm commensurate with their grandiose hopes. They launched that Archwell audio venture with Spotify to much rejoicing, speculating it would bring them into the fold and allow Meghan especially to shape digital narratives as a progressive thought leader, continued Wright. But in reality, it devolved into a sort of paid-by-the-word blog read she clearly lacked inspiration to keep fueling regularly, an early stumble compromising their ability to back up their ostentatious blueprint with the goods their splashy arrival hinted at. Though more recent announcements about reality shows, children's books, and even tentative dips into the Marvel Cinematic Universe pipeline suggest a persisting determination, Hollywood's fickle social circles contend the one-time royal couple's curating may have peaked without yielding franchises or platforms to eclipse the personas themselves. Now weathering a slow fade into detached aloofness rather than welcoming embraces, the two find themselves painted as out-of-touch parasites overstaying 15 minutes of speculative relevance. There's an almost pitying bemusement toward them now, this sense they misjudged what it actually means to pursue passion projects with any modicum of credibility around here, explained Joe Harding, founder of Zeitgeist Data Trends monitoring emerging cultural biases. Whether it's snobbery from old guardians or backhanded ridicule among paradigm-shifting Gen Z creatives now holding supreme clout, Harry and Meghan are trapped in this weird, unsticky middle ground of judgment from all sides. Their fairy tale declared a pyre, so to speak, without the phoenix elements to transcend anymore as true icons reborn. Seeking to chart the precise timeline of social decline suffers through ambiguous metrics and perspectives from warring cultural commentators. However, sources close to the couple concede misguided naivete played a significant role in relationship strains with Hollywood's highest echelons of influence and status over recent months. By all accounts, failed recalibrations around translating their transcendent media profiles into durable brands launched with staying power seemed to catalyze deepening skepticism once optimistic industry figures advised patience rather than forced pivots. Everyone around them kept assuring both Harry and Meghan that Rome wasn't built in a day, that developing sustainable creative enterprises takes time and consistency to establish real equity beyond celebrity wattage, said a former Archwell insider requesting anonymity due to ongoing business dealings with the couple. Unfortunately, as that realization slowly dawned on them, impatience commenced paralyzing their instincts and everyone witnessed confidence deflating. You could literally sense professional insecurities metastasizing once the facade of self-assured destiny started cracking. As Harry and Meghan reevaluate their positions within an unforgiving entertainment landscape moving faster than their ability to catch up, the couple may brace for a rocky transition period of chasing clout-boosting collaborations to revive stalling sizzle. Some optimists subscribe to theories they remain polarizing enough figures for lucrative mainstream success to be just one controversial pivot or secret alliance away. However, other cynics foresee rapid obscurity only slightly slower than their one-time reputational zeniths reached surprisingly fleeting peaks.